Special education is something that words just can't describe. You have to actually interact with those students and see their faces when they finally understand something.
It's something about giving back something that you've gone through and you've known the struggle and you've overcome it.
The moment I walked in the door, I knew that this is where I needed to be. I was surrounded by some of the most passionate and dedicated professionals that I had ever seen. And just by discussing with them their experiences and the step-by-step program that I would be in, I fell in love instantly.
If you cut in half, it will be 2 levels.
Oh, and then what do I do with the 2 pieces? Almost every semester I've been in a school in the surrounding area. So I've been able to take what we learn within the classroom and then being able to directly apply it into the classroom with students. So you're not just learning things from a textbook that without meaning, you're being able to actually apply them in a classroom with students.
Yeah, good job. Are you ready for the next order?
I really love when students, they get it and can make it more meaningful for the student. I think it means a lot to them, and it's a really beneficial experience for you when it's that aha moment. So for me, that's what did it.
It was personal. I mean, when we did my tour, I met the people and they acted like they wanted to know who you were and they wanted to show you their beautiful campus. And once I got on here and got into special ed, I was hooked. It's your family. It becomes your home away from home. So I'm going to move it twice. So it's going to be 17.7. Do you have anything that's 17.7? I teach all different levels of math, and I think that was the best thing for me because I was not only special ed, but I was also gifted ed and math. So I get to use all the degrees I got and teach different levels of kids. In my heart, it's really about helping kids. And special ed was for me because it was individualized. And I really wanted to really help kids as much as possible. Some kids need to be challenged above their intelligence because they're gifted. Some kids need to be helped to get to a typical intelligence level. And it's so rewarding when you have that kid run up to you and they're like, I have an A, Miss Martina, I have an A. And you're like, oh, I'm so happy for you, and you help them every step of the way. That's the whole reason I do what I do.
If you have a dream to become a lawyer, then you go be that lawyer, okay? I have a dream to become a special educator, so I'm gonna stick with that dream and I'm gonna walk that journey out until I accomplish it.
You all know how to do them now. You can make them measurable. Now we have to think about how do we get to them.
The program has really prepared me for the real world. When I get out there in the education systems, I have an idea of my responsibilities and the things that I'll be required to do as a special educator. We have discussions, and so we're able to actually interact and share our ideas, constantly reflecting on how I can become a better special educator. You can be a change. You can go on to college. You can make something out of yourself. You can live your dreams.
Now that I'm over 40 and I start to ask myself, what am I on this earth for? Being a special educator has been something in my life that has been incredibly special to me, and I know that I've touched the lives of others. Did you ever watch Sesame Street? You did? Who's your favorite person? The special education department at JMU totally prepared me for what I did. I felt so comfortable when I went in my first year of teaching in 1989. And you know what was great is that JMU professors are still there to support me. I could call them for help. And I was very comfortable my first year of teaching, and I credit that to the special education department at JMU. And now that I'm a principal in a middle school, a local middle school here, I totally see the difference in James Madison University special educators as compared to other schools around when they come in and do their student teaching.
It's an incredibly rewarding career. You're working and you're getting at the heart and soul of a child who may or may not has identified with only a few other adults in their life. They think differently, right? So sometimes we learn to read the way you'd learn to read in elementary school. And the biggest successes I've had are in reading instruction and seeing a kid enter 6th grade reading at a kindergarten level, and then 3 years later him leaving reading at a 5th grade level. You just made a difference for that kid probably for the rest of his life. Every single day you see these little tiny things that you feel like if you weren't involved in their lives, they wouldn't have gained that little skill that may or may not help them cope with their disability or compensate or build strategies for the rest of their life. You hear the cliche statement, I want to make a difference in the world, and I think there are only a handful of careers where you can go home and say that every night, and I think being a special ed teacher is probably one of them.